Today's going to be an exciting day. David is being promoted to software team lead. He's going to be the technical lead. He's also going to be leading the team, and so what that means is today we're going to be interviewing for the next team member, and that's something that he's never done before. You know, he's done some software development. He's never interviewed another person. He's been interviewed two or three times himself, and he's never run a team. He's never managed other developers and dealt with that whole human side of the software development cycle. So it's going to be very exciting. Yeah, so I mean, we've built the infrastructure now to, for deployment and to do actual development.
Yeah.
And now it's, it makes sense to bring in more people, expand the team. Yeah. So Dave's put it together. We've got a server, we've got a virtual environment using Vagrant, so we can reliably deploy an image onto someone's machine. They can start developing in there. There's still continuous deployment is missing.
Yeah.
But we can use services for that stuff.
Yeah.
Doc, Bitbucket and CI, Travis CI, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So now I'll put the word out to find some more interns. Yeah, on Facebook and through other networks, on Twitter, James Cook University. Got people just writing to me now asking.
Writing letters?
Yeah. People writing, requesting to be in the internship. So the guy we're interviewing next Wednesday falls into that category.
Oh, okay, yeah, because he doesn't really have a tech background.
Yeah. Wants to make a career transition.
In the world of tech, write letters.
Yeah. Maybe we'll start charging people to be on in the thing. Have you ever looked at one of these before? Probably never reviewed it.
No.
Okay. So just go through and have a look.
It's a 1 hour time frame where they have up to 9 questions. They can use whatever language they like, or almost any language they like, and and then see how well they go with those tasks. I think he did quite well. It just seems like he did get stuck on that first question, and maybe if he knew he could have gone on or something, I'm not sure, but after that he really didn't spend too much time on each question, only a few minutes.
Cool, so I want to debrief the interview that we just did with Kian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's your take?
Yeah, he has the experience, like you said, he started when he was 13, so he's quite an intelligent person. He knows how it all goes, there's good understanding, I think.
And look, he's very early stage for him in his career.
Yeah.
I think he's spoiled by the tyranny of choice. And he also, because he has had an earlier start than a lot of the other guys, he's kind of a bit ahead of them.
Yeah.
That kind of head start over 5, 10, 15 years becomes a very small percentage of your actual professional career. But right at this point where he is now, it's a very big piece, so it looks significant.
Yeah, for me, going my first year, he blows me out of the water.
Yeah, but fast forward 10 years, you both stay in it, it becomes as a percentage 3% or whatever.
Yeah.
So in terms of him participating here, that would be one of the things that would be just one of the factors.
Yeah.
That he would perhaps find challenging, and that would be something for him to develop, and that would make a difference in his career. Yeah. Going forward, working with others. And as the team lead, that's what you would be dealing with.
Yeah. This
guy who would be potentially, right? Knows more than you.
Yeah.
And knows that he knows more than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I'm not too worried if I can learn from him.
So look, if he comes back and says that he wants to do it, what's your feel?
Yeah, we could definitely use him. And if I can learn some stuff from him, I'll be interested.
Okay, well you can probably learn some technical stuff from him. The other thing is that you'll be learning how to manage him.
Yeah.
so that he can be productive, not just productive individually, but productive as a member of the team.
Yep.
So there'll be something for you to discover in that,
Yeah.
which will be very valuable for you because it will make you not only good as a software development manager, but also a great team member because you'll understand both sides of the equation.
Yep.
Best people in your team are always going to be people who've been team leads themselves because they get it.
Yeah. So what is like the Googling, like, can you Google while you're on this test?
Yeah.
There's nothing preventing you from just Googling everything.
No.
And guess the time frame, but yeah.
One of the things you'd have to deal with there is you're going at 60 minutes, you know?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
Do I have enough time to Google
Yeah.
it, or how much time do I spend on this? That's part of the test.
yeah, like in my systems programming, it was probably the first course where they like let you just use your own computer to just do the quiz, but you only have 2 hours, and usually like 2 hours isn't enough to achieve what it is, even if you are Googling. So that was like a lot, came onto your prep. So as long as you did all the previous week's work, you can reuse what you've done. And but I enjoyed that a lot because you had the opportunity to have Google, whereas like in the first year, it literally like it was in a very like sandboxed environment where you couldn't even copy and paste like your own code, like a line. So yeah, that was painful, and it didn't have like syntax highlighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I often wonder how we could program before the internet.
yeah. Or someone who has only programmed with the internet, like I couldn't imagine going to books and
That's how we used to do it.
yeah. Like even my lecturers just talking about how like, you know, after every lecture they go get the notes and everyone would go to the library and just photocopy them or download them PDF, Control F, find.
I wonder about, artificially restricting people from using Google because the reality is that's how you do it.
Yeah, like it's almost some things aren't worth remembering. You can just almost outsource that to Google.
And my son in his school, he said that we're not allowed to use Wikipedia.
Yeah, like there's always been that stigma amongst like teachers, whereas like at uni they tell you that's the first place you should go because that gives you that like initial knowledge where you can then expand on. Like don't finish there but start there.
Yeah.